Seiko is taking one of its most important dive watch designs, giving it a GMT function, and then upgrading the two things people notice every time they wear it. The water resistance is now 300 meters, and the bracelet finally gets a new tool-free clasp with 6 positions of adjustment. This is the Seiko Prospex 1968 Heritage Divers GMT HBC002. And it uses the classic black colorway with a black ceramic bezel, a gold-toned GMT hand, and the familiar K-shape inspired by Seiko's 1968 professional diver. Inside is the automatic 6R54 with a full 3-day power reserve. So let's find out if these upgrades make this the most complete version of Seiko's 1968 Heritage GMT diver yet. Welcome everyone, it's Chris with the Little Treasury channel, where we bring you original and in-depth watch content at least once per week. And if you haven't already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be alerted as soon as we upload. I'm from Little Treasury Jewelers, which is located in Gambrills, Maryland, and it's where you go when you're in the know. And if you can't make it to our store, check out our cutting-edge, user-friendly website, littletreasury.com, which is linked to our inventory in real time. All watches that I review are for sale and can be purchased, so please see our website or see the description below to contact us. If you're just joining us now, I'll go over the watch's detailed measurements and features, then I'll offer my personal opinion at the end. In our last video, I reviewed the TAG Heuer Aquaracer Professional 300 GMT, which was also our introduction to TAG Heuer as one of our newest authorized brands. That watch gave us a black and blue ceramic GMT bezel, 300 meters of water resistance, and the COSC certified TH31-03 movement with an 80-hour power reserve. If you want a modern Swiss GMT diver with a recognizable design and a strong everyday package, this one is absolutely worth a look. Wrist check time. Today I'm wearing my Seiko SRPH 42K Yak Watchang Thailand limited edition that I picked up while I was on my vacation to Thailand a few years ago. And since I visited 9 different temples, this was absolutely the perfect watch for me to pick up since it represents the white demon giant that guards the Temple of the Dawn. This one is actually getting really rare now, so I'm super happy that I was able to pick it up. Now tell me which watch you're wearing while you're watching the video, and make sure to tell me why. Now let's get on to the features. My measurements for the Seiko Prospex HBC002 are a 42mm case width, a 13.9mm thickness, a 47.6mm lug-to-lug, a 20mm lug width, a 28.6mm crystal diameter, and weighing in at 189 grams. The case is made out of stainless steel and uses the shape inherited from Seiko's 1968 diver. The top surfaces are brushed, while the case sides have a mirror polished finish. The crown is screwed down and it is at the 4 position. The crystal is sapphire with an anti-reflective coating on the inner surface. The bezel is unidirectional with a black ceramic insert and a white diving scale. The edge of the bezel has been shaped to provide a secure grip when turning it. Now let's go ahead and see how this bezel performs. The bezel action feels solid and user-friendly. The grip is easy to grab, the clicks are positive, and it still feels like a proper Seiko dive bezel, even though this watch also gives you GMT functionality. It does have a little play so you can make sure that it's lined up perfectly to your liking. The dial is black with a matching black chapter ring and a white minute track around the outside. The markers are large and applied with silver-toned surrounds and LumiBrite in the centers. Seiko can be found at the top middle portion with the Prospex logo underneath it. The hour and minute hands are broad and faceted in silver tone with LumiBrite. The seconds hand is stoplight style with a red and white area at the tip. The GMT hand is gold colored with a large arrow tip, making it easy to separate from the regular hour hand. The date window can be found at the 4:30 position, and it has a black background with white numerals. GMT in gold tone, automatic 3 days, and Divers 300M in white can be found at the bottom middle portion. LumiBrite can be found on the hands, indices, and bezel pip. The case back is stainless steel and it's screwed down. The movement is the Seiko caliber 6R54. It's automatic with a manual wind. 24 joules, has approximately 72 hours of power reserve, Accuracy is rated between gaining 25 and losing 15 seconds per day. It has hacking seconds and a 24-hour GMT hand for displaying a second time zone. The bracelet is stainless steel with a 3-fold clasp, secure lock, and push-button release. The big upgrade is the new tool-free sliding adjustment system. It offers 6 positions, with each step measuring approximately 2.5 millimeters, giving you about 15 millimeters of total adjustment. The Seiko Prospex HBC002 is water resistant to 300 meters, and it is part of the regular Prospex collection. It currently lists for $1,700. Now for my personal opinion. I'm going to start off by saying this feels like Seiko went through the list of what people wanted to improve and actually started checking things off. The older 1968 Heritage GMT was already a great looking watch, but now we have 300 meters of water resistance and, most importantly, a real tool-free adjustable clasp. That clasp might not sound like the most exciting part of the new watch, but it makes a huge difference when you actually wear one every day. Your wrist changes throughout the day, especially during the summer, and now you have 6 different positions with about 15 millimeters of total adjustment. You are not looking for a spring bar tool or trying to decide between wearing the bracelet too tight or too loose. The black colorway is also probably the safest version of the watch, but I don't mean that in a bad way. The black dial and bezel give it that classic Seiko diver appearance, while the gold GMT hand brings in just enough color. Then you have the red tip on the seconds hand, which adds another small detail without making the dial look overly busy. On my 6.5-inch wrist, the 42mm case has presence, but the lug-to-lug size keeps it pretty manageable. Seiko's 1968 case shape has always worn better than the diameter suggests, and the crown at 4 keeps it from digging into your wrist. The one thing to understand is that this is not a traveler-style GMT with a jumping local hour hand. The independently adjustable hand is the GMT hand. For me, that doesn't ruin the watch because I would still use it to track another time zone, but it is something you should know when comparing it with more expensive GMT watches. I recommend this for someone who wants the classic Seiko professional diver look, but also wants a second time zone, 3 days of power reserve, serious 300-meter water resistance, and a bracelet that finally makes it much easier to adjust. The movement specifications are familiar, but the improved clasp and increased water resistance make the entire watch feel more complete. Thanks for watching today, everyone. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. And of course, if you did, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share with all of your friends and your family members too. I look forward to seeing you next video.